What's going on, guys? It's your boy Trolltech here for another video. So today we are getting into the next member of BTS, SUGA, which is kind of when I watched the trailer, not trailer, but the introduction like guide thing to BTS. I think SUGA was who I was most interested in. Just because like a couple of reasons, like his vibe I liked. And then I remember when I saw him on that one interview, I really liked his like whole vibe. So I kind of went into BTS with kind of in the back of my head wanting to know more about that guy anyway. So I'm most excited probably for SUGA. So this is going to be exciting. So today we're going to be doing three music videos which were recommended on Patreon. Agust, what's the second one? The title's not here for the second one. It starts with a D, I think, and then Haegeum, I guess. So I think Agust D is like his like hip hop name, or his like, you know, it's just another like name. Just how like Namjoon is called RM. I think that's how it works. So I'm very excited to get into this because I just looked at the thumbnails of these videos and already the thumbnails look really cool. Like there was one where it was like a kind of feudal, like Korea kind of setting, which looked really cool. I like that type of stuff, which is really why I like Thunderous by Stray Kids a lot. Like the music video. I love the song as well, obviously. Okay, so without further ado, actually, before we get into it, I just want to quickly tell you what's happening on Patreon right now. What's with that face? You know what face he had just there, Felix? Like, let's go back. You know that like that white people smile? You know when they're like awkward and they don't know what to do and they just do that little like that smile? That's the vibes I get from Felix. No, Lino does not let this man breathe. Like, okay, so without further ado, let's get into the first music video, Agust D by Agust D, I guess. Oh, where's my headphones? Fully just forgot my headphones, gonna have no audio and shit. Okay, ready? Here we go, boys and girls, and everyone in between. Okay. Wait, is the subtitles on? Yeah. Okay. So this is what I mean by, I was talking about it when I was reacting to RM as well, where the vibe they have is very hip hop. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, like Stray Kids and 80s and stuff, they have elements of hip hop in there, but generally it's through the lens of being a K-pop idol. You know what I mean? Like there's a specific way K-pop music is made. On the other hand, RM and now just the vibe I'm getting off this music video by SUGA is it's very hip hop. You know, it's just they happen to be K-pop idols as well, but it's a hip hop song. You know what I mean? Like that's the vibe I'm getting. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but yeah. Okay, I wasn't expecting that voice from him. Okay, let's go. Oh my god, the way he moves as well. The swag is off the charts. His fits are... Okay, so that's the point I'm making. Okay, so first of all, his fits are absolutely immaculate, number one. He says, this K-pop category ain't enough size for me. Like, that's my point that I'm making is... They happen to be K-pop, like, I don't want to speak too soon because I haven't got into too much BTS, but at least RM and SUGA, to like the vibe I'm getting from them is they have this, they are K-pop idols, right? But they don't, based on what I've seen, limit the way they make music to being K-pop idols. You know, they just happen to be K-pop idols as well. You know, that's the vibe I'm getting from them. The growl in his voice is so good. No, that was a crazy line. A to the G to the U to the STD. STD. No, he's fucking crazy. Wait, what was that line that he just said? Oh, wait, okay, we got that. Not that one. You'll get turned on by my tongue technology. Oh my god, this man. Okay, so I think already, like, my preference based on the rappers I've heard from BTS, which is only SUGA and RM, my preference is probably SUGA right now. I really like RM, don't get me wrong, but if I was to like prefer one over the other, like as a rapper, I'm liking his vibe a bit more, but I still really like RM. So I'm not taking one away from the other. I just, if I was to contextualize how my brain feels. But yeah, I'm really liking his vibe, like, and the way he kind of enunciates words and the way his intonation is, like the growl in his voice. Like, I think everything is really cool. And he's got like that wild kind of underground rapper feel to him, which is really interesting to see in K-pop. Oh! Wait. Okay, so is this real? Are these subtitles real? Because he's like full swearing and shit in this song, which is, I love to see, but like K-pop, I'm pretty sure they can't swear and shit, though it's BTS, right? So I'm sure they can do, like I was saying, they're much more free than anyone else. And when did this song come out? I just wanted to contextualize it. This came out 6 years ago though, so was BTS massive like 6 years? I don't know how big BTS was 6 years ago. You know, I still say they were relatively big, but I don't know. So I'm just trying to contextualize, like, were they just like, fuck it, we're going to risk it and swear in our songs? Or is the subtitles wrong? Either way, it goes hard. See, I love these songs where they're just like, everyone's jealous and like, we do whatever the fuck we want, fuck the haters. Wait, is that like a reference to, remember that interview we saw? Like, probably not specifically that, but just that general vibe where the hip hop group, like hip hop artists in Korea, like talking shit about BTS because they became idols. Is that aimed towards them, this line here? Watch. All you fried rappers should be thankful for I am an idol. That line there, I feel like is aimed towards that kind of group. The way he switches up his whole flow is so crazy. Oh. Nah, this goes so hard. This is 100% going on my gym playlist. Like, he goes unbearably hard in this. Like the way he switches up from like absolutely aggressive machine gun rap to chill like melodic rap to like just fuck like, you know, low-key like Slim Shady style, like, you know, kind of like humorous rap. Like the range he has with his voice and the way he changes his intonation and like the way he changes the whole vibe of his verses is crazy. I love that line. I rap and you get all turned on by my tongue technology. That went crazy hard. Okay, it's too soon to say he's like my favorite rapper in K-pop right now, but I feel that way. You know what I mean? Like, after one song, I don't want to say he's my favorite, but like, I really liked him. I'm gonna wait a bit before saying he's my favorite rapper right now, because like I can't do my boy Changbin like that just yet. But he's very like, yeah, he's very good. Like, because I don't want to say anything before I've experienced it. I feel like he's going to become my favorite rapper though. It is what it is. I can just tell, because like he reminds me of SUGA reminds me of like what got me into rap in the first place. Like, he reminds me of the rappers that first introduced me to rap as a teenager. You know what I mean? Not even a teenager, like a 10, 11-year-old. Like, you know, like the Eminem style, the like Immortal Technique, like that kind of dark, grimy underground sound is 100% what I'm getting from SUGA right now, which is why I think he's gonna become my favorite. And also the way he can change his verses and flow and like all that is so crazy. Okay, here we go. Sitting on a crown and shit. See, I like these type of music videos where it's kind of like period costumes, and that fit goes hard immediately. All these fits are so crazy good. Okay, and before you guys comment, so a lot of people sorry, this has nothing to do with the reaction, but a lot of people are commenting, like when I compare Stray Kids to this group or that group, they get annoyed that I'm comparing groups. Well, like, that's the way humans are. You compare different, like, if things are in the same thing, you compare them. Like, I don't get why people are getting cut. Like, I'll compare Stray Kids in 80s, right? And I'm like, oh, they do this way, they do this thing this way, and they do this thing this way. I'm like, why are you getting pissed off that I do that? That's just, it's just something I'm noticing. Like, I'm reacting to something, and that's my genuine reaction. It's just weird to me that people get pissed off when I compare. I don't know, even when I'm comparing like two artists within the same group, like let's say I'm comparing like Chan and Sungmin or whatever, for whatever reason, and people get cut about it. I'm like, what? That doesn't make sense to me. Like, the sensitivity of K-pop fans really is interesting to me. Like, they're so sensitive. The slightest thing they get so angry about, which is, you shouldn't be getting angry. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like I'm talking shit about these guys. I'm just saying, oh, these are things I've noticed that they do differently. Not in a negative way either. It's just a fucking noticing thing. So when I compare like SUGA or RM to someone in another K-pop group, I understand these guys are the pioneer of the K-pop genre or industry right now. But all I'm saying is these are comparisons that I see or differences I see. I'm just making that statement, you know? Like, so don't get cut when I say, oh, SUGA reminds me of the way this person does this thing, or, right? I'm not saying he's a copy or anything like that. I'm just saying I'm noticing these trends within K-pop. That's all the comparisons are about. I feel like I need to underline that, because the amount of people are like, stop comparing them. Stop comparing. Why are you comparing them? I'm like, what do you mean? That's how music is. When you listen to music, let's get out of K-pop for a second. When you listen to music, you compare them with other artists. You say, oh, they did this differently, and they did this interestingly, or this is kind of similar, or this is different to this other artist. Like, that's how it works. So stop fucking crying to me in my comments, please. Okay, let me continue. Nah, every fit is so good. All of his fits are so good. Oh, that's such a cool shot. That's such a cool shot. Yeah. That shot is pure cinema right now. Right? I love it. The way his hair just comes under that. That's okay. Sorry. Oh, the scar on his eye? Okay, why do I want to see Sugar like play as like a samurai character in a drama now? Wait, not them fighting in the background. We'll have a punch on in the background. Oh, that's hilarious, actually. Look what happened. So Sugar started it, right? Watch this. This is, I don't know, it's just funny. So he started it, he got the guy angry. And then this other guy comes in. It just starts punching on. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, is this song like talking about his rise as an artist? Because like that was the thing, right? People in the comments were saying that like BTS was like basically openly being mocked when they first started by a lot of like the kind of industry, and they kind of did everything themselves, which we learnt in the guide, and then now they're the kings essentially of the industry right now. I think he's alluding to that concept. The presence that Sugar has is crazy. Like, it's only him, right? It's a solo song, but it feels like it gives me the same vibe as a whole group song. You know what I mean? Like, it has that strength of aura that a whole group song would have. Like, it's just crazy. Why is every fit that he has so good? Oh, we're talking about drugs and shit as well. That's rare. Okay, wait, I love that. Pause. And then he goes again. So good. I love this. I want to see. I want to see a drama of this music video. You know what I mean? Like Sugar does give me very King vibes. Like he gives me that nobility vibe. You know what I mean? You know it? Like he's that beautiful, obviously, and just the way his expressions are, the way he holds himself, he gives me that vibe of like nobility, that elegance. Because I've been watching this on YouTube, I've been like recommended like BTS clips and shit on TikTok on my FYP. So I've seen a couple of like Sugar clips here and there, and everything I've seen him, he's always just like so elegant looking. All of his fits go absolutely hard. I know I've said that so much times. Like I just love the way he dresses in this music video. Oh, see what I mean? The way he switches up his flow is crazy. Oh, that's so smooth. Like, I love how confrontational he is with his music, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like generally, okay, we're gonna continue, but I feel like generally K-pop that I've listened to, even when they're addressing haters, it's kind of more a bit generalized and like, you know, it's a bit more kind of beating around the bush type styles. But this guy, I've noticed he's doing these songs that are addressing haters or critics or whatever, and he's just straight up saying, fuck you guys, you know what I mean? And I love that. I love how confrontational it is. I love how hip-hop it is. You know, this is what I mean when I say RM and Sugar now are hip-hop artists that happen to be idols, right? They're also idols, don't get me wrong, that's not what I'm saying, but I'm just saying, as opposed to other guys that do hip hop, like Stray Kids and 80s and stuff, these guys are hip hop artists first that have happened to become idols. You can tell the way that they kind of make the way their music is. That's the vibe, right? I can't talk too much about the other members of BTS right now, but SUGA and RM definitely, you can tell that they were like underground rappers first. This is shot so beautifully as well. Okay, that's so interesting. This is so interesting cinematically. Okay, I love this. I love this so much. Like, cinematically. I'm gonna talk about why I love it. Okay, I love that so much. Okay, let me continue because I'm gonna go on a bit of like a tangent on why I love this so much. Oh, okay, we're getting even more deep into it. Okay, so that's so interesting. Okay, wait, I've already wrecked the red lights. Why did red lights pop up? Sorry. Let's pause that. So what's interesting? Okay, that's so fascinating to me. This is so interesting. So the last scene of that was cinematically so interesting because like you could look at that. What's he saying here? What's he saying, right? So we have two versions of SUGA, right? Well, let's just chuck on this next video. We won't play it, but let's just talk about it. So let's say we have two versions of SUGA in that video, right? We've got the king, and I guess you can say the slave or the commoner, right? Because that's what he's saying in the lyrics. And like you could contextualize it as the king looking down now at his former self and being like, you're not necessary anymore. But then SUGA saying, no, even if I'm at this level, I'm still who I was always. So let's destroy that. Let's kill that arrogant, kingly kind of image. You know, that people like that. It's like kind of like, let's kill our arrogance type thing. That's the vibe I'm getting, right? And I think that's generally the theme that BTS have is like, I will never forget kind of where I started type vibes. Especially with how they make their music, like based on what I've heard. This is a recent song, right? When did this come out? Not this song, but this song came out 3 years ago. So 3 years ago, they were still like massive, right? So I think it was very much a kind of message in like not forgetting his roots, especially there's that, and just the way RM and SUGA make their music where it still has that very heavy like underground rap like style and vibe to it. You can see them never forgetting where they came from and their roots just based on how they make their music, if that makes sense. Because if they were to forget their roots, right, they would kind of delve into that, we're K-pop idols now, we're going to make idol kind of music from now on. But that's not what's happening, right? I can't speak too much on BTS as a whole because I haven't listened to any BTS group songs. But I think generally they're probably all like that, where they're just like, yeah, we are idols, but we make music. We don't make idol music. We make music. We make BTS music, which is what I really love about both RM and SUGA right now. Okay, so this is the last song on the agenda today. So let's get into it. Official music video, Haegeum. Okay, I want to, just before we get into it, so this came out a month ago. So this is like very recent. Okay. Oh, we're gonna get like delinquent vibes to this? I want to see this guy in a main character in a drama so badly. Like an action drama. My man just took some man's chopsticks. like the quality of his music videos are so good.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
His hair's looking really good as well. Wait, okay, I just want to know, what is a Haegeum? Just so we can get some context. So, Haegeum, no, Geum, meaning Korean. Just so we can get some context to the song. Two-stringed fiddle is held vertically. Okay, so it's in the instrument. Okay, interesting. Honestly, SUGA probably has my favorite like hair styles in K-pop. Oh! His flow, man. And the swag he has in any outfit is just unmatched. He switched up his flows so many times, and it's always different and new. Let's talk about these sets though, they're so good. They're like movie quality sets. Okay, so this is new as well, right? Like, I think generally, this is the first time I'm seeing these like K-pop artists actually talking about these very kind of systemic issues, right? Capitalism, prejudice, kind of freedom of speech, freedom of thought. These are really very hip-hop things to talk about, or just very like, you know, when we're talking about like lyrical music, these are very poignant things usually you would talk about, but I haven't seen it in K-pop yet. So I really like the fact that SUGA and like RM, who was talking about like mental health and stuff in the music videos I watched, kind of delve into these topics. And I think they can to an extent, number one, because they kind of built everything themselves from the ground up. So they had that freedom to really do what they wanted. But now they're at such a level, at such a peak that they can talk about these things without any of like particular backlash or anything affecting them too much, which is kind of interesting. Like, I wonder though, because the songs where RM was talking about like mental health and stuff was like about a year or two after they debuted. So like they didn't have the pull that they have to do whatever they want now, but they still made that music where it's like talking about these very serious issues that K-pop doesn't talk about a lot. Which I love, that's like their roots is talking about these serious topics, and because they built everything themselves, they were able to do that, and they're still able to do that. At least that's the way I'm reading it. You can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. Yeah, like the way he's just talking about very systemic issues. I love it. Why is every song he's killing himself? Like, you know what I mean? Every song he's about to shoot an alternate version of himself, which I kind of like the imagery of his songs, because like this is obviously, the guy in the suit is obviously capitalism personified, and the SUGA getting drowned is like freedom of thought and speech, and that's the imagery, right? I love the way he does that in his music videos. That one strand looks so good. Like it always ends with him kind of destroying the powerful figure or the rich figure or the king, you know, that figure, which is, I think, highlights the way he views like society and, you know, things like that. The shots in this are so cinematic, man. Oh, that's intriguing. I'm trying to figure out what is, like, what's the meaning behind that. Okay, so I love that. So if I was to illustrate the meaning behind like this, like the cop car dropping him off to the ramen place. Okay, I'm trying to figure out like, you know, I'm trying to figure out what this could mean, you know? Like, so it stops at this noodle place and then he sits down and he just starts eating. One interpretation of it could be like, so he gets out of the car, right? I mean, he gets in the car, and you know what really made me think, like, see this scene here where he looks very free? I think it's that whole idea of, this is my interpretation, I might be wrong, whatever it is, but it's just an interpretation. Him losing his freedom, basically, right, is a form of gaining freedom. Right, he's kind of thrown on the like the invisible shackles of society, even though he's now got very real shackles, like the character in this. That's kind of the view that's the way I'm viewing this, if that makes sense. So to attain his freedom, he lost it. You lose your freedom in a way, you know, because there's two different types of freedom. There's freedom of the mind, and then there's freedom of the body. That's the way I'm reading it. I might be fully wrong. It's just, I don't know. I still don't know what it's trying to illustrate with him stopping at the noodle shop though. Like, I don't know what that is trying to do there. But I really love how he uses two versions of himself and maybe two kind of two things that, you know, famous artists might need to grapple with, you know, with remembering where they come from and that kind of massive success that they're getting, right? And I think SUGA has he's a very kind of, he's very proactive in making sure that he never lets the fame blind him from where he came from and who he is, right? I think that's why most of these music videos, he kind of tries to kill the king or the guy in the suit or whatever it is, right? You know, a version of himself, because it's always in his brain where he's like, I've got to be conscious of being humble and knowing where I came from and stuff. Because I think if anyone gets this level of fame, I think they do need to be very, very conscious and not, they need to be very emotionally aware of their headspace at all times, because you before you know it, you could just like lose touch with where you came from, or, you know, the normal average person. So I think that's why a lot of his songs kind of touch on this vibe, which I really love. Yeah, I love his music videos, actually. Like, his rap and music, like his actual music is also very good. I love it. But if I was just from a cinematic standpoint, his music videos are so good because they're high quality, first of all, but the deeper meanings within them are so, like, interesting, and you can delve into them so deeply. You know what I mean? So I really love that. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video. I'm a really big SUGA fan right now. In the future, I'm probably going to do like some... I actually want to react to the Jimmy Kimmel... Was it not Jimmy Kimmel? Jimmy Fallon, sorry. Interview with SUGA. I'm probably thinking of doing that soon as well, because that's what introduced me to to him because I saw a small clip of that on TikTok. And maybe I'll use that as my first personality video to watch for SUGA. Anyway, that was fun. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.